we are now officially ready, so let's hand it over to KillaLombax.
All right, how's it going, everybody? My name's KillaLombax. Today I am running Ratchet and Clank Tools Instruction, if that's not already obvious. This title screen, if many of you have played it, probably not. It's completely back screen right now because it's not playing the intro cutscene at all. It's a little bit weird, but if we want, we can go ahead and get my couch to introduce themselves.
My name's Psychosis. I run this game, New Game Plus, and any %.
I'm Wed or WedSR. I mostly run Ratchet and Clank Future Crack in Time. Learned some of this though.
I myself am Torpedo. I run Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, and I'm technically Future Gang with an unverified Pete % run. Future Gang!
Woo! That's the important part right there.
The best category.
All right. With that ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to go ahead and start time on the Express right here. So let's go ahead and count it down. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's go.
Woo! We got about like 10 seconds floating here. So. Great start. All right.
So what already happened from the start is whenever you first start a new file on this, you normally have an unskippable cutscene where Ratchet's like sitting there fixing this little thing. They get a call from Cork, hey, come to this security center, we're being invaded.
Heavily armed robotic commandos.
Since Killa's playing on a JPPS3 with an American copy of the game, it's trying to call the wrong Ratchet model, and since it can't call the right model, it just flat out skips the cutscene. And it skips another cutscene right after this level too. And coming up here
is the first. Coming up here is the first actual skip of the run.
Everybody
so
loves this
what Killa's going to do is he's going to kill all these mobs, and then he's going to shove himself into some geometry here. Coming up, he has to jump on top of this little light fixture, and then he's going to jam himself into here. And what that's going to do eventually, it didn't do it there, but he gets another try. It's going to just throw Ratchet through the wall, and then he's able to walk on top of the thing that he's trying to like walk himself through right now, right here. So he got it, and now he has to do a couple of precise jumps.
And then he missed it.
It's okay. I mean, this trick is like such a run killer, to be honest, that it's like 30 seconds into the run.
All right, let's go ahead and add on pace, boys.
Add on pace.
Let's go.
Add on pace.
So now, okay.
Oh. Marathon luck right there.
Yeah, of course. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to go around the wall, which is why he's like kind of jumping in a specific way, and he's going to be able to climb a metal
That's really
fence.
unfortunate.
Oh no.
We're going to go ahead and reload real quick.
Thankfully, you got the checkpoint.
Yeah, but because it's a reload, you got to start from the beginning.
Oh no.
At least we don't have to sit through the cutscene.
Yep.
All right, guys. Welcome to Ratchet and Clank Future Tools.
Yeah, this is the real start. You were debated the whole time. Kerwan, the real run-ender.
Yeah, Metro is always a really fun level, regardless of what game you're playing.
Yeah. Thankfully, no one cares about the other games in the Ratchet series.
Yeah, of course.
Besides
Yeah.
Future.
And the one I run, we don't even have Metro, so we're chilling.
That's good.
Hey, on the good side, we'll be overbolted. So I've actually gotten the hard part down. The easy part is actually like just doing the clip.
Right.
Go back to it again. Oh,
Of
okay.
course,
Now
first
you
try
end
this
the
time.
clip. Kerwan, why
Hold
do
on,
you do
hold
this
on.
to me?
He still got it.
I swear. Kerwan is hit or miss with me. There we go.
There you go.
All right.
All right. So even though he restarted the level, that's still much faster than doing the actual level casually, pretty much.
Casually goes on forever because you have like
All these
3 or 4
grind
rail
sections.
sections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
if you look-
that allowed him to do there was just basically get to the last grind section. So now he's just grinding to the end of the level.
Yeah, if you see this long rail underneath us, we would have had to ride that and like a ship escape cutscene,
Yeah.
and that's just not fast at all.
Oh, yeah, like even still having to reload and whatnot, like they said, this is like worlds faster.
And like Torp said earlier, because he's running the game on a Japanese console, it skipped a cutscene. So that's why like it went from the end of the level to like some sort of dream sequence just immediately. It just skipped like, that actually saves like what, 20 seconds?
About, it's like 20 or 30.
Another little thing that we should point out here is you're actually, when you're loading into the cutscenes on these planets, you actually are loaded in and can move. And this sort of thing will actually be used later in the run to actually skip some what otherwise would be auto-scrollers.
Right.
Just a general reminder to safety save on Wrecking 5.
Yeah. We're gonna have to at this point, given how Kerwan's treated us already.
So he's gonna do a little skip here. It's kind of neat. He just wall bounces off that to save a couple of seconds.
I guess we should talk about glitched wall bounces now, huh?
Yeah. So when you wall bounce off a wall, normally you don't really get any distance or speed. But if you wall bounce off like a sloped wall, you just get a bunch of speed and a really weird angle. And you're gonna see that come into play in a lot of the later levels once he gets a couple of weapons that can abuse that newfound angle and speed.
All right, so all in all, this has been a good Kobalia so far. Now we're on to our first boss fight.
Oh no.
And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our ammo basically managed to a point to where we can kill him by picking up ammo and stuff. He's giving us a bit of a weird pattern. He can give us like multiple good patterns and whatnot, but all in all, it's a quick fight.
All right. Next up's going to be the Geltonium factory, which, again, casually, this is one of those that takes forever because you got to go through like 3 or 4 different rooms of gel and like glide across everything.
A lot of puzzles, yeah.
And a lot of gel waterfalls too. Makes you want to go down that barrel.
Yeah,
We're also not cooking at the skill point.
I'm really not gelling at this level, and Killa's going to agree with me because we're going to do a lot of fun stuff once we get the gelinator.
Oh yeah. So bulk count wise, you want to have about 6,000 as you're entering the factory. Because we had to redo Kerwan, we are well past that. So here's where the fun begins.
Yeah, so kind of building upon what he did in the first level, he's going to use the gel this time to kind of shove him through the geometry here. He's going to go out of bounds, and now he has to shoot that gel there in order to be able to jump over a death plane, I believe.
Nope, just a gel plane.
Oh, never mind, okay. And that just warps him later on into the factory. And then what he's going to do here is basically scale this giant waterfall by just using the gel as a...
I didn't get a 3 gel there, I only got a 2. There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
And we're at the end of the factory. Oh, well, thought we were at the end of the factory. Now we're actually.
Now we go. So he basically just skipped the entire factory.
All right, so coming up, we have another like little clip. It's a little bit precise, but not really. If I'm not careful, I'll actually go too far, and I'll just have to glide to the ship at the end of the level. But if I don't go too far, we can actually get some movement on the outside of the factory.
Ratchet, we should see that smuggler about the ride he
So normally you would turn in your gel right here and just, you know, not keep it outside of the boundaries, but why is that fun? Why is that fun just to turn in the gel when you can just get hit by a ship?
Nice.
Well, and also like when you're leaving the factory is a really long elevator that just takes like too long. So, you know, we just skip it.
All right, I probably didn't have to sell my Leviathan soul that I got from that boss fight right there because of the Kerwan.
Yeah.
But I do it anyway just for the
Oh, you're,
safety.
you're really good on bolts here, I believe.
Yeah. Don't really need to worry about it.
So normally on this level, you start off with a falling sequence where you're getting shot at with missiles and you're trying to dodge them. But if it loads in here, you could just skip that by, with what Torp said earlier, during the black screen loading screens going into levels, you're actually spawned in and you can move. So we just move out of the trigger area there and it just avoids the whole sequence. So right here, he has probably the second most broken weapon in the game.
Oh yeah.
I'd go as far as saying the most.
Yeah.
Probably the most just because
We use this
earlier.
more like throughout almost the entirety of the
Yeah.
run,
Ooh.
and you'll see why.
Yeah.
I didn't account for that. So because I had to redo current one, my health experience is actually off. So I just leveled up my health right there, which means we're not going to be able to use it later.
So when I said earlier that the glitched wall bounces would come into play when you get certain weapons, this is why. When you do the glitched wall bounce and you hold X and whip the, shoot the whip, it just keeps that angle and you could just like fly through the levels. So right here, he had to go under that building in order to get out of bounds. Now he's coming in here through the floor pretty much, which is like basically the end of the level.
Citizen, this is your final warning.
And once again,
The
with like a
knowledge
regular
contained in this
wall
hall
bounce, you
has
can't
been
get this at
classified as a
all.
threat to the
Because
Yeah.
the glitched one
Any
has
attempt
like
to
this
enter
weird
the Imperial Map will result
property
in
with it.
life
It allows you to gain height off of every whip.
Yeah. So now he's in basically the last fight of the mission here. It's kind of like a bit of a auto-scroller almost.
Yeah, all the planets just been skipped at this point.
Yeah, otherwise it's like another like 2 or 3 really big combat sections. Another gelinator section, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And
I think a wing section too, right? With
Oh, yeah,
the
we
robo wings,
power up.
right?
Yeah, you don't even see that in the 90% run. So
What even are those?
What are those? I'd say.
Don't even really get to show off the 6-axis features of this game.
Oh. I actually had it enabled at one point.
This was like right when the PS3 came out, and they were like, "Oh, let's put every single thing. Let's make every single thing 6-axis." It's so annoying.
I'm using gyro control.
I mean, thankfully you can turn them off in this
Yeah,
game.
thankfully.
Though, in like 100% categories, there's a weapon that actually uses the 6-axis. So, even though you can turn them off, you kind of can't.
Too bad we don't use that weapon more often.
Yeah.
You just grind it up to VX and then it's gone.
So, right here on Fast Tune, since we got ejected out of the smuggler ship back on Kortog, and we took an escape pod here, we found a wrecked ship, and we're pretty much just finding all the parts to put the ship back together and like get it into a functional condition. So that's what he's gonna be doing now, and there's like 5 different parts.
So I want to point out something I did that while Torp was talking.
Congratulations.
I
You
actually
have
like
received an
stalled
interstellar
myself
hollow fight
on that grind rail just for a second, and because Ratchet didn't know where he was going to be, he sped himself up just to catch up to the rail, and that allowed me to actually glide down the rail faster than normal. Also, I just paused to skip the weapon upgrade cutscene because it had to be that easy.
That's gonna come into play later as well when he gets the pyro.
All right, bolts are looking fine right now.
Oh,
Actually.
your bolts are looking really good.
And there's my health upgrade. Oh, bolts are...
So
I'm gonna ignore these guys here.
So coming into here is one of the major glitches of the game, and it's one of only 2 times you actually use it. It's called glitched
entrance to
glide
this
state.
raritanium mine
So
is to-
with Clank, when you jump and hold X, you glide.
should investigate.
If you do that while like on a slope surface, I believe, while holding the stop time power, it does something weird to your momentum where you could just kind of glide up the wall there. And you just
really
go right to the end, skipping. Yeah,
Who needs Clank sections, am I right? This is a speed run.
yeah. Otherwise, this whole
Exactly.
section takes like 2 minutes or something to do normally.
So what we used to do is, before we found this strat, we used to actually get the last ship part in this Clank section, and like we used to go out of bounds and glide to it as Clank. But now since we've found a way to skip the Clank level, we have to go and swim to it normally. So the reason I took a bomb earlier is so that we could death abuse, but I've also neglected the fact that I got a health upgrade.
Yeah, you leveled up,
So I'm gonna actually take some hits from these red guys over here.
yeah. Death warping after he collects this
Oh,
last one.
maybe.
Oh, if they stop being noobs.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, so death warping here to go back to the start to hand them all in is faster than actually walking back. So
Oh, also, I guess I should mention this right now. I've pre-placed a bet on myself to where I'll donate $25 per death. And that is the first death in the run.
Yeah, even intentional ones he's gonna count. So
All right, so this is our ship. She's lovely. We barely talked to her.
Hyophilian, biophilian.
But we actually have to use her in this upcoming level. We have what's called our first auto-scroller level.
That brings into a nice discussion here. Guys, what are your favorite auto-scrollers?
mine's probably Pokotaru from Ratchet and Clank 1.
I'm more of a Marcadia guy myself.
Oh,
I
yes,
thought you
fun.
liked Barlow more.
No, personally, I'm a bit of a fan of Torrent 4, Cracking Time.
Okay.
Ah, yes, fast rail.
Yeah, the one where just sometimes you save 20 seconds for no reason.
Only sometimes?
Yeah, only sometimes. Don't really know what caused it. If someone wants to find what caused that, though, we got a $50 bounty on that.
So even though this is on auto-scroller and he can kind of shut off his mind for a bit, he does have to kind of, at least in this one, destroy all the enemies he can so he can keep his bolt count pretty high and his rare titanium count pretty high when he destroys those. Because he's going to need to buy a weapon in, I believe, the next level?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he needs to make sure he hits that bolt count. Bolts in any percent pretty much aren't an issue after this point. Pretty much.
Yeah, there'll be a reasoning for that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we get to it, but all in all, like, the only real bolt grind we have is at the beginning. Afterwards, it's just smooth sailing.
Oh yeah, and another thing as well is there's little bonus targets on these levels that like you can aim for and shoot, and collecting 5 of them gives you a gold bolt, but regardless of whether or not you actually go for the gold bolt or not, it'll give you a text box at the end, so it'll lengthen it just a little bit if you don't collect the gold bolt. So
Yeah.
in
It's
any
about,
of these
5 seconds.
any of these ship sections here, we collect the gold bolt earlier in the level by hitting all 5 of the targets. So we get the text box then while we're still going instead of having to wait at the end.
Yeah. And in New Game Plus, you have to do it as well, even though you're 100%ed on the file. Because if you don't collect any of them, it still says you at the end you collected
You
0
missed
of
the
5.
bonus target.
Yeah.
How could you?
NG Plus gang.
NG Plus is like,
It's not a meme. Okay.
it's a total meme.
No.
NG Plus is more of a bully than just Todd itself. Alright, so we're already like pretty close to our bolt count here.
Yeah. I think you need 35.
Yeah, we need 35, and we're
Yeah.
almost already there. So I don't even need to kill everything if I didn't want to. We're going to, though, just because it looks cool.
They're dirty pirates, you know. They probably rotten, stinking pirates.
I mean, they have pubs. I hear they like to go and party later.
Yeah, like the space pirates here, as per like the typical pirate trope in any game, they do have their pubs, they like their drinking and whatnot, and I hear that they're building a new one near a black hole soon. I'm hoping that goes well.
You know, it can only go good for them, right?
Indeed.
Like, you gotta have a nice place. You just kick your feet up, have a drink at the pub.
I mean, Verdigris is a very scenic place after all.
Right. So coming up here, we have our first boss fight, but first we're gonna get our first gold bolt of the run.
Yeah, so having that text appear now instead of at the end saves time. That's why you did it.
Right. So I guess this is where I should say that at the end of each auto-scroller, there's an RNG boss fight. Everybody's favorite, right? So basically what you want to do is you want to keep attacking him until he reaches like his 3rd phase, and then he has an opportunity to show his weak point for extra damage.
Yeah. And when and like how he decides to show it, it just seems kind of random. Sometimes he'll decide to do when he does the laser beam from his mouth, that's when he's gonna open up his eye patch, which is where Killa's already aiming at, you can see.
I never noticed it until now, but there's a little guy like piloting the mech from like inside the eye.
Yup.
How did I not notice that until now?
He's just chilling in there, man.
I forget the name of this one.
It's Wallace something.
Wallace, yeah.
I swear Asparagus keeps calling him Poopy Pants, and I don't know why. We actually
So this
are...
is awful.
Yeah, this RNG is not favorable at all.
Normally, by like half health, he'll at least show his eye, and you could do like double damage.
He hasn't even.
He hasn't
done the
even
attack.
opened it yet. There
we
it goes.
go.
Oh, thanks.
We're gonna
10%.
We're gonna kill him before he even
Yeah.
shows his weak point. So, you know, thanks RNG.
There we go. Hey, you got some skill too, Kill.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
2 more skill points there.
Get enough, we can probably get big head mode on.
Hey, Todd gives and Todd takes away. That's how it is.
It's always give or take.
Ratchet, it's Quark.
So right here, he's switching his controls layout to third person. He's been playing in lock strafe the entire time, which is a meme. We need
It's the best meme.
no, and
It's actually the most effective because I get to do more missile skips than you.
yeah, the missile skip earlier is pretty easy, but some of the missile skips later on require like really precise gameplay. And like I said, you're in a black screen during them, so you kind of just have to feel that you're in the right spot.
Don't get the gold bolt here, by the way.
Yep. So here he's not getting that gold bolt, so he skips the animation. He also got the charge boots before, which are gonna help him go a little bit
Oh
faster
yeah,
here.
charge boots are a little bit important. I probably should have mentioned that. Oh well,
It's fine.
they only
Unlike-
go fast.
Unlike GDQ's past that have had like the OG trilogy where charge boots are a lot more of a focus of the game, charge boots are a little bit more secondary, whereas like your
Yeah.
weapons are the things that are enabling the skips.
At least they're not green.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so here we have our first arena battle. All in all, I'm just going to be moving around, trying to kill things as much as I can. I'm also moving my camera around to where enemies will spawn in specific points. So if you guys want to go ahead and read up some donations, go ahead.
Yes, certainly. All right, so we have $25 from Old School Zero, who says, love to see Ratchet and Clank get some GDQ love. Thank you, thank you. We have $100 from Cat Ears, who says, good luck on the run, KillaLombax.
Yo, thanks for the luck, man.
All right. And we've got $100 again from Lord of Pone, who says, gotta donate for Ratchet and Clank speedruns. Thank you so much.
Alright, so now we have our second boss fight coming up, but I'm going to jump in between some walls real quick.
Yeah, you're immune at the end of the arena final, battles for whatever reason. So you can just mess around in the lava.
So here we have a giant frog. I don't know why he's attacking us, but he's got guns, he got bombs.
I mean, didn't you hear Cork? That's my boy Crush though.
I heard he likes sushi, which, you know, being a frog.
And he's dead.
Yep.
Oh, boss is dead.
All right, so go ahead and get blessed RNGs in the chat for the next planet here, because we actually have a very hard skip coming up. And if I die a lot, this could be trouble for my wallet.
It's one of the hardest glitched wall bounces to get in the game because you're basically jumping off an invisible wall, kinda, because the object that you're like jumping off of doesn't have a normal hitbox. So he probably needs to focus here for this.
Yeah.
Good luck on Nundak, by the way.
All right, so we're buying ammo on the black screen just so we don't have to buy it like afterwards. There
Oh,
we
he got it first try.
Nice.
I swear that's harder than it looks, and I'm really mad that he got that first try.
Dude, that's why we practice 45 minutes in the practice room before we go on stage.
Oh yeah, practice room. He was the best he got on that was second try. So that's actually really nice seeing him get it first try in a run like this.
Yeah. So he's gonna use this in order to just fly way above the level here, and he's gonna eventually start floating down towards this little shield plate thing.
So I should probably mention, we have to get 3 souls in order to get into the escape pod that Smuggler was standing next to earlier, to get inside the space station. And then from inside the space station, we have to do a whole lot of work. But if we can just do that glitched wall bounce and get in here, we can just, you know, swim around where we're not supposed to. and skip a very important gadget coming up called the Geolaser. All in all, it's like a really good find. It
Really
takes
big
about
save.
4 minutes at least.
This is a little Monka-esque, but you got it.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay, and then final part, and there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much the missions list in this game anymore is just merely a suggestion of what you should do.
Yeah.
And in just about any game, there's pretty much like you can skip most of what goes on in a planet. And this year is being a good example, just flying through the level quite
And I'm
literally.
gonna throw out something like every time Insomniac makes a whip, it always seems broken for some reason.
Sometimes even the wrench too.
All right, so here we got
Another wall bounce.
Another wall bounce. I swear, we're not gonna get that many more of these.
Yeah. A running theme for a good amount of the levels is just find a wall bounce and just jump right to the end.
Yeah, soon we're gonna start abusing our ship and just jumping off her instead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not nice.
The gravity in this
Brilliant.
game is just bonked to hell and back.
Yeah. So here, like, there's a little alcove in there inside the radio station. We're supposed to go in there and fight a boss. I don't like bosses.
So we just go right to the end cutscene.
Yeah.
Trigger right there.
It's actually a really nice detail that a lot of the level geometry in this game, and most of the Ratchet and Clanks really is solid. So if you can find a way to get out of bounds, most of it is solid and you can go just around on.
Yep.
And like a thing they started doing in like the Future series and a bunch of things, like they didn't keep wrapping the levels around like they used to in the OG trilogy. Instead, there's a teleporter that normally puts the end of the level at the beginning. So,
Pretty lights, by the way.
oh man.
Another auto scroller here.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and read some donations,
Yeah, this is a great time.
let's go ahead and get those out of the way.
Certainly can. We have Lincolnato, who donates $25 and says, "Hey KillaLombax, glad to see my favorite duo back at GDQ for the 10th anniversary and for the first time on a PS3 episode. Shout outs to all the Rat Pack as always, and keep on exploring the galaxies you always do, one Ravager whip at a time. Love from France." We have $10 from Enzik the Wolf, who says, "I love Ratchet and Clank. Casual, no fancy stuff for me. Good luck."
Yeah, we have plenty of time. We
Yeah,
got
a lot of time.
We got like
It's-
3 more minutes.
Yeah.
If you
All
just want
right,
to keep.
no worries. We have $10 from Crazy Curtis, who says, "Let's do this." We've got $25 from JS Mandrick, who says, "Wow, 10 years? That's really awesome. Congratulations to everyone who have made these events possible all these years. Thank you for your donations." We have $1,000
Okay.
from the Joe Craft. Thank you.
Go.
Who says, "Hi everyone, on behalf of my community, I would like to thank you for your work. In the last streams, we collected this money especially for AGDQ to support such a great event. We wish all runners a lot of fun. Greetings from Germany, the Joe Craft, and the community." Thank you so much for your generous donation.
Yeah, $1,000. Let's get another round of applause for them.
Yeah, that's great.
We got time for a few more?
Oh yeah.
All right,
Plenty.
awesome. We've got $5 from Spoon117, who says, "Hi there, AGDQ. I live in Florida, and when I realized from the previous year that the event would be in Orlando, I was curious where it would be and very excited only to realize that AGDQ this year will be located 5 minutes from my house. I hope to see you all there in the Pokemon X and Y speedrun. Have a good day." Thank you, you too. We have $444 donation from No Name, who says,
Nice.
"Thank you for your whole team for this wonderful event and for raising money for a good cause. Let's have awesome week of speedruns. And for all the runners, good luck and Godspeed." Thank you so much for your generous donation.
All right, so right here we can just, kind of no hands it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite like part of the auto scroller where I can just like get a drink of water, do anything. We probably have time for like 2 more donations though before the boss.
Okie dokie. We have $25 from Hopi Liz, who says, "Happy day one, AGDQ. I lost my grandfather overnight following a brief but painful battle with cancer. So grateful that this community is here to play games fast and raise money to prevent future losses to cancer. Would love for the audience to get hype in honor of my grandpa. Let's get some hype."
Woo!
So he's got the boss coming up here. Again, they're kind of RNG on how quick you can beat or not beat them, I guess. But the latter 2 of the 3 auto-scrollers, you could lose a lot of time if they decide to really screw you over with their RNG.
Yeah, you can lose up to like probably 30 seconds.
Yeah.
This attack that he's doing right now, his like mines or whatever, they are the slowest attack that he can do. So if he can do less of them, I would really appreciate it.
I mean,
but if he does it during these first 2 phases, it's all right.
Given your Voron RNG, though, hopefully this isn't nowhere near as bad will happen there.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in the 3rd phase right now. So hopefully we're looking for like a little blue ball to appear on his
Yep.
head.
There it goes.
we go.
So you didn't see it on the first boss because, you know, of course the game would do it. But here he's gonna just be focusing on shooting it to do double damage, not even dodging any of those nets. And you actually got pretty good RNG because he kept it open longer than normal.
Yeah. Was it? Oh, hey, we got the pretty light skill point. That one's pretty important.
Okay, Killa actually needs some like quiet time now because
Oh yeah,
he's going
I almost
for
forgot. I was
a
fading
super
out here.
serious like missile skip here. So
Yeah, I just need to hear it for a second. So. Alright. And we got it.
oh,
Nice. I was trying not to laugh because all I just heard in the mic was just, ooh.
So that one's kind of different. So what he did during the black screen was he jumped into a spot where he just infinitely fell while like floating in air. And what that did is it just like kind of borked the game out and spawned him way up in the air. Also,
We got underneath it. That's okay.
If you can actually land the flight off the Ravager and grab onto that. Oh, safety save, by the way.
Oh, it's too late for that. We forgot about it.
Oh.
it's okay. You're gonna get it right here. First try.
Yeah, we don't need safety saves. This is only a marathon.
Oh, yeah, you were labbing out the setup in the practice room.
See?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's why we practice beforehand anyway.
So
I completely forgot about the safety save. I'm gonna be honest.
Great Ryken, by the way, though.
yeah, that was a really good Riken. So he made it look a lot easier that last part, and it is kind of easy. But if you mess it up, the game's soft lock. You cannot complete the game.
Yeah, it's known as soft lock 5 to
Yeah.
a lot of people.
If you die, it spawns you back on that level, and your ship's not at the port, and there's nothing you could do to make it spawn.
Stranded on Riken.
Yep.
Yeah, like what really happens there is it's thinking your ship's at the beginning, but also since you're far enough in level, that would spawn the ship right there. Because the missile skip's like from a Halo jump, and
Yeah.
it comes in there so you can leave if you're not ready for the combat yet. So it kind of like gets confused on one of the 2 spots. So it's just like, we don't know which one, so
Yep.
why not neither?
Okay, so he's waiting for this dinosaur to turn here, and then he's gonna go ahead and push it into the swamp here to kill it, because that's faster than actually shooting it. And you're gonna notice he just got a ton of souls after he did that. That alone will meet the requirements the game needs for the rest of the run, but that's
Yeah.
gonna come into a huge
Okay.
factor later on. So keep that in the back of your mind.
Sargasso coming back to bite me again.
Sargasso is like such a troll level, really. There we
All
go.
right,
There we go.
Now we have to watch out for pterodactyls here, because if there's one on a cycle where it'll be in our path, like that group right there,
Oh no.
it should be fine. I'm gonna hover for a second.
There you go.
I don't wanna risk it.
If you do the level like perfectly, they're not trouble, but like you had a little bit of a mess up, it happens. So
Yeah, the game just punishes you for being slow.
yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Oh no.
Let's go ahead and go down here. We're gonna go to the gold bolt platform. That's really slow and wastes a lot of time, but we're gonna do AGB strats.
Okay.
So it's okay. Just hope that there's more ammo crates down here, which there are.
Yeah.
All right. And we're just
There.
gonna do the strat again. This time we're gonna do it first try.
So what he was trying to do there, again, is just do the wall bounce and then razor whip over the level and then just kind of run to the end.
I said we're gonna do it first try, but I really like this trick. Apparently I really like it.
Like I said, Sargasso is just, it can be a really big troll. Like in my PBs, like I always lose time to Sargasso.
Right,
Something goes wrong.
We gotta watch out for this birds again.
I think you're good.
We should be
I
good.
don't.
This one's, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
He's just chilling. He just wanted to be on stream.
Yeah. All right, this time I'm actually gonna aim my camera just so I can safely get up here.
I mean, luckily in this run, since we don't actually attack them, we're pretty much saving the animals. Can't say that about some later runs, but
We
Here,
might abuse some
Dan-
robots later, though.
No, we abuse some animals later, for sure.
We abuse one animal.
One type, which technically, at least in our world, is already dead.
We only
So-
duplicate his soul multiple times in order to get multiple
Yeah.
XPs. It's fine. If it only happens to one, that's right.
It happens, you know?
Yeah.
So what he did there was he went to the end of the level, watched the cutscene, so the game thinks he's done with the level, and then loads back to the start. It's a lot faster than actually just going back.
All right, so here we got to talk to Smuggler. We got to get our decryptor. We're also going to turn in some of those souls that we got earlier. Now we're pretty set on bolts for the rest of the run.
Yeah. That's why I said earlier, like that one auto-scroller, he needed to keep an eye on his bolt count, but like the rest of the run, it's just so easy because of the soul duplication glitch, which comes into play later on again.
All right, so I got a question for the crowd right now. Who wants to go really, really fast? All right, that's all I needed. All right,
If only they knew.
If only they knew. I got a little bit of explaining though. First thing I have to talk about is I have to talk about parallel worlds here. You see, if you gain enough speed, there's actually parallel worlds that you can jump to. I didn't get it.
You
fully,
didn't
but
do
like,
half an X-Press.
that's what I
that
did.
might have been it.
Yeah.
But if you can get that trick right, you can actually go a lot further.
Yeah.
So, I guess
You could fly for like
yeah, you'll be
like 10
up
seconds.
there for like
Yeah.
probably 20.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go for it again just because it loses a bit of time. We're already on a bad pace, but
Get the hive mind. Oh, you got it already. Never mind. First form or whatever. So this is another basically arena battle, so you can read a couple more donations here.
All right, sounds good to me. We have $10 from Pix Sushi who says, do a barrel roll. What? What do you mean, wrong game? Whoops. Good luck, everyone.
we actually did some barrel rolls earlier. It was fun. We got a skill point for it.
All right, we also have a $10 donation from Mr. Danman2 who says, I sank hundreds of hours into Ratchet and Clank on PS2 and I can't wait to see it crushed at AGDQ. Life's short. Why not make the game short too?
All right, so up here we got the hardest boss coming up in the game. He's super hard.
He's actually kind of a troll.
This
Yeah.
is where my casual playthrough ended.
Yeah, like casually, he's actually pretty difficult.
He's,
I say, thank goodness you got those.
he takes a lot of aim out of the kill, and you know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't like when he doesn't die normally.
See ya.
Yeah, he's gone.
This boss is dead.
I'm gonna do some wall bounces. So that was actually really good RNG. During practice, he was not having it.
Yeah. If he does the spin move, that's the best, because then he'll try to like go to you, and you could just trick him to go off the side of the arena there and die. But sometimes he'll just do other moves where he doesn't move at all. So, and you could just lose time because he decides to be a bit rude.
All right. So I actually have a reference to make here. We're about to go on Ouya any percent Aquados right here. So I'm going to need a little bit of
This is
silence right here.
silence time here. It's really important.
Those pirates.
There you go.
Yo, let's go! Good job, Killa.
Yeah. So we're actually heading back to Sargasso. We went to Creeley to unlock a weapon called the Pyrocitor.
Right. So what he's going to do here is he's going to go ahead and buy the Pyrocitor weapon, which is basically like the Rhino of the 90% run. Very strong. And I told you to keep the Dino trick in the back of your mind, because what he's going to do here is do that to another one over here, and he's just going to go straight from V1 to V5, because not only...
Loud noises and flashing lights, so do be careful.
Yeah, don't blink because it'll be gone before you know it.
Watch your eyes.
All right, and we're at
And
V5.
we're done.
So why we level up the Pyro Blaster specifically is it's just the strongest damage output out of like anything at this point in the game. And we're already like have way more bolts than we need anyway. So just doing that there, it's like, what was it, like you kind of like tap fire every now and again just to let it get experience.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into dino farming specifically that you can't like kill the dino or else you'll not get as much out of it. And it's dependent on like 3 different factors.
Yeah. That dinosaur that he killed specifically is like the one that gives usually the most souls.
It's the best friend for hundo runners.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That and the one next to it, but we don't talk about that one.
Nah, Cave Dino's the homie.
So right here, he's just going out of bounds again in order to basically go directly to the end of the level here. He's going to glide underneath some ice.
That was really risky. I about bonked and died.
If he had hit that wall there, it would have just shot him straight down, kind of like that Parallel Worlds meme that we did earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see the pyro just destroys enemies, especially with V5.
We died to Parallel Worlds. That's another death, isn't it?
That's 2 deaths now, yep.
Perhaps I can repair its CPU.
Would this be with that boss? Would it be a good time to mention good pyro versus bad pyro?
Sure. So the best way to explain how Pyrocitor damage works, or Incinerator, now that it's V5, is sometimes it has good IVs, sometimes it has bad IVs. It really just depends on how much Veritanium you put into it, and like sometimes it's just based on the time you get into it. It's really awkward.
Yeah.
So by judging by how quickly I dealt with that boss, but like how slowly it was too.
Also,
I feel like I missed it.
Yeah, you're fine. So he did glitch glide state again in order to basically just bypass the entire puzzle section here. And now he's going to abuse a poor little Zoni. These little robot thingies that are important to the story, but who cares? He's going to go ahead and land on one, and then he's going to use it to get up here. And now he could just actually go to the end of the level.
Yeah, there's a little skip where you can avoid jumping on their heads.
Yeah.
I like to call it like Zoni abuseless. Save the Zoni. But we're on to Azordium Prison, which we shouldn't even know about, really.
Right, because we never really...
Yeah, Clank got a vision, was like, hey, she's in a prison, we should go rescue her. And, you know...
Who's in a prison?
You know, that's a good point. I don't think we've seen him.
I mean, I know they mentioned like this guy named Flynn Borsalon, but that's about it. I've never seen anyone like him in this game.
I think it's Angela, actually.
So what he's doing here again is just jumping off his ship to the end of the level. The old any percent route, you used to use this level to farm a lot of the Pyrocitor levels up until it becomes the Incinerator. And it was the most boring possible thing. Like, you just killed the same enemy, jumped off the cliff. Same enemy, jumped off the cliff for like levels, and it would take like upwards of what, like 5 minutes?
It was like 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
If I recall correctly.
Just killing the same enemy over and
The
over.
split was like 11 minutes long, and it was super tedious.
And because of Dino Farm, he was able to just do it all in like 30 seconds pretty much, and just skip all doing that. So now we just jump to the end of the level.
I forget how cozy the decryptor music actually is.
Yeah, it's a
got
banger.
a nice little beat in the background too.
Oh, yeah, this is one of those things where like they kind of shoehorned in the 6-axis motion controls, but the fact that we can turn it off means it's just on a stick, which means these are a lot easier.
Yeah, these are a lot easier.
Right. So it looks like based on the position of these cells, we got a really long cutscene here.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. In time, you really want the cell to be like a little bit further. That
So-
way you can get a faster load there.
Because he just jumped straight to the end and was near the cliff when he activated the decryptor puzzle thing, he was able to just jump off that cliff there and just go right back to the start. So this is the third auto scroller.
Yeah, so if you want, we can pass it to donations for a little bit.
All right, sounds good. We got plenty. We have $10 from Linneus, who says, I streamed this game not too long ago, and KillaLombax popped in and greatly helped me get through some of the grindy 100% requirements. I'm quite thankful. Now I'm paying it forward. Thank you so much, Linneus. All right, we also have $10 from Ratchet Power 2, who says, Welp, my mind is completely broken, just like the whip broke those planets. Here's to preventing cancer.
Between certain death and probable death.
Hey, you said they were building a pub here earlier, right?
Yeah, there's like this little like pirate outpost and some sort of pub. Like, it seems like it's gonna be a nice little place when the pub gets completed.
Yeah, you know, while we have this downtime, did I ever tell you guys how I discovered the Dino Farm?
How did you?
The lore of Dino Farm? So,
oh, sorry.
what? No, okay. So, the old strat, like I said, you just killed this one enemy over and over. And when I was learning the game, I was like, that's boring. You know, I don't want to do that. And so when I was like learning and practicing pushing the dinosaur into the swamp, I got really upset when I finally got it in. I was like, yeah, screw you, and I whipped him.
Wait, Killa, what are you doing?
No,
That's
we're
not,
gonna
that's
go
not
to
the
this
way to the hole.
We're gonna go to this moon real quick. It'll be a quick detour.
So I whipped him in like a little screw you, you know, and then my whip went from V1 to V4, and you know that's the story of Dino Farm, you know, pure laziness, because I thought that was more interesting than the Zordoom one.
And
I didn't even time it, so I was just like, yeah. It's
And to
probably
back it
slower.
up, like he was doing it in stream. I looked at it for a second. I was like, you know,
I didn't even really tell them too. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this in a run, and then he came in my stream and he was like,
that actually probably is faster. I mean, you just have to push the dinosaur in the mud. And then I started testing with Cave Dino and whatnot. In terms of like how useful it is, so 100% for Tools of Destruction used to be like upwards of 8-9 hours, and that's just because like we had to do the same grinding method as 70% used to, where we would have had to go into the prison and kill the enemies over and over, get
for every weapon.
For every weapon.
Yep.
And it was recently pushed down to where like we can do the dino grind in less than, like we can level up all of our weapons in probably about 10 minutes. So
Yeah, that's
just go from like a 5-hour grind to 10 minutes and take that in comparison to how important dino grind is. So we're actually really thankful that he was lazy that day.
oh,
Yeah, if I actually recall correctly, like it was only a week or two ago that like a good 15 minutes were shaved off of the Dino Farm.
Yeah.
Dino Farm eventually, in any percent, led to the sub 1 pretty much.
Yeah, because we didn't have to go to Zordium that long. We could do the NG plus strats. We're getting close to leaving the moon here.
I
Just got-
can't bear to watch.
We're just, you know, killing a bit more ships. But it already blew up, so, I mean, there was nothing important on that moon, right? Right?
Do you guys know of anything important on that moon? Torp?
Torp, was there anything important on that moon?
There was.
What was it? Oh no, the pub was on there?
Why'd you do that,
Not the
Killa?
pub.
You just robbed poor Pete of his livelihood.
I mean,
Like,
there's no one doing it now.
I can't believe this.
You know, I could load. We could undestroy it. Well, in all seriousness, we had to go and do all that. Like, it's part of the auto scroller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is just Star Fox. It's on rails.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, we got our third bolt, didn't we?
I think.
Yep.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. I couldn't see because you guys were just destroying it.
You know, I think I'm gonna do something here real quick. I'm gonna wait till I can kill all the enemies here.
So he's coming up on the end of the auto scroller here, pretty much. And again, the last auto scroller boss. It's in that black hole right there.
Yeah, black hole's completely safe. I mean,
Which
why would it not be?
Yeah, isn't how black holes really work, but I'm sure.
I mean, there was a black hole in the ending of Mario Galaxy.
Did you just buy the snowman skin?
No, he didn't.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? Christmas was a month ago. I'm not
It's still
even.
snowing outside, right?
It's not
Oh wait, we're in Florida.
Florida.
Oh,
Wrong
man.
state.
It's gonna have to be snowy anyway.
If it were to snow, that would be the day I'd play the lottery.
Shout outs to the snowy boys, by the way. All right, so third and final auto scroller boss, probably the least forgiving in RNG wise.
Yeah.
When you get to his third phase, he has a 30% chance to unleash that
The weak spot.
Weak spot. So, optimally, we want to see it probably like 3 times. So, we'll see when we get his health to just above half. When his rings around him start speeding up, that's when we know we're on the third phase. Like right there.
Yep.
He's giving us some mines real quick.
These like laser wires, so annoying casually, especially when I was a kid playing with the 6-axis controls.
There's
Oh my
one weak
God.
spot.
Wait, 6-axis was used for the section too?
What?
6-axis was used for the section too?
Yep. I think so.
I don't think it's actually used in the auto scrollers.
Yeah, I didn't think it was either.
And
Maybe I was
I
just
mean, we
bad
got 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Two's
that
better
could
than
have been an
none.
option too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you were bad, because he kept
Oh,
moving.
there he goes.
And you know what? They can't touch this.
Still can't believe you destroyed the pub.
And it was worth it.
So he's coming up on planet Shindu here, and he's going to do a strat found by a big mob called Ship to Boss.
Oh yeah, shoutouts to Big Mob.
Big mob,
Yeah,
dude.
shout outs to Mobius, man.
Yeah.
Finds
Mobius.
all the stuff, and then he
His
hates the
PS3 is
game.
really comfy too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so we're actually unlocking our last bit of.
Speed tech here.
Yeah,
Which is,
I should probably upgrade the pyro, even though
yeah,
it
you-
looks
yeah, sure.
bad.
So also through the Dino Farm, he was able to just get like infinite raritanium pretty much, and he's just able to upgrade it like max. So now it's just like really a dope weapon. So ship to boss here. First you start off with this whip here to get onto this very specific rock. And then he's going to look in a certain direction, and he's going to do what we call heli gliding, or razor gliding.
Did any of you guys see that ship? It was really close to hitting me.
The ships there are really troll, all right?
I thought Ship to Boss was like this whole big thing involving infinite long jumps and flying over mud. I guess I was lied to.
That's the lame way to do it.
So coming up here is probably one of the most notorious casual boss, where it's if you die to this boss at all, you have to redo the entire rail section and everything like that. Since due to dino farming and the extra titanium, we have a completely overpowered pyro.
Yep.
And
We're just able to steamroll him.
pretty much this boss is going to be shorter than the actual section getting to the boss.
Yeah.
I kind of wish this rail went faster. No.
we kind of glossed over it too, but the heli razor tech. So what happens when you're in the air and you do a heli razor is it expects you to land, but you don't. So it puts you like in a grounded state for like a half second, and you could just hold R2 during the whole time, And if you hit X while it thinks you're grounded, you'll just do a high jump, and you'll keep all the momentum of the razor claw. So you're able to combine that with the razor whip. You could just basically fly across every single level.
Yeah, I'm scared of missiles, guys. That's why I looked away from them as they were coming at me. So,
I mean, considering you have no armor, they'll do a heavy. Oh my god!
I told you,
Just
man.
when I said it.
Every time it hits you, it's insane.
thank God for 43 health. And we're gonna get a health upgrade here, so I mean we're safe.
Okay.
Whew. Yeah, that last missile, it's the only one that ever like really hits you there, and for some reason it always hits you.
Yeah, it decides whether it wants to or not.
Yeah.
Todd can be mean sometimes.
Todd gives and Todd takes away.
Man, that was almost another $25.
Oh yeah, like another thing Killa didn't mention too was on Riken, we were originally gonna have a safety save there, and if he actually soft locked there, it was gonna be an extra 100.
Ratchet,
Yep.
the situation is getting dire.
So this is Ublik here. So the one and only time we have used these grav ramps, which you have gravity boots with Ratchet, you're able to walk like upside down and along walls if they have like the right material, which is right there that he's flying towards. You notice this one's kind of sloped, so if he angles himself correctly and does the heli razor trick, it's gonna give him an angle here that's gonna go right to the last boss, and you could just keep that angle, of course, with the razor whip, and there you go. So if you enter that ship, that's actually a soft lock, isn't it, or something?
No, I think it just does nothing.
Oh. Okay. So again, you know, just the bread and butter of Todd, just razor whipping and now clawing your way to the end boss.
Just gotta waste a little bit of time when we're waiting on these pirates to come.
Yeah.
There's actually a way you can climb up to where they spawn, but I feel like it's actually just a little bit slower, just because they come down faster if you are like next to them.
That was a little scary there. He can.
Oh yeah, if you touch
If
slag
you
at
touch
all,
him at all, yeah, you're just
you die. He annihilates.
no matter your HP, you're just dead.
Yeah, there's a weird property with electric enemies in this game where if you run directly into them, the game doesn't know how to damage
He's
you.
kind of RNG, so he'll just like run somewhere randomly, and just gotta like react in time if he decides to try and step on you.
Yeah, all in all, like if you stand in the right places, he won't like come straight towards you, though he can get a like swing in at you.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to keep your distance, but you also gotta, know where to stand.
And there he goes.
All right, so here we're gonna do like a little anime cancel. Just grab that treasure mapper.
Did you say anime cancel?
No, we didn't.
I said animation cancel.
Okay. I like the first option though.
So what happens there though is since he puts on the pirate disguise during that, there's pretty much no animation for Ratchet in the pirate disguise actually like lifting up, being like, "Hey, I got this." So it's just, oh, you get it, just go.
He's trying to do another missile skip here, but this one's really hard. Like,
Yeah, I don't recommend doing this. It's possible to get it, but the chance of you getting hit by a missile and then dying are astronomical.
unless you're Mobius, of course.
Yeah, unless you're Mobius, you
You
can
just casually get it every time.
do ILs of just re-pour.
Yeah.
All right, so on this planet, we're supposed to like do a giant fight sequence,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna ignore all that.
Yeah, Ratchet's being a little bit shy in this game.
Yeah, so again, it puts you in the grounded state, and you could just use that to high jump and basically climb walls. So.
And yeah, like using the razor claws to climb walls is basically this game's version of slope intercepts.
Yep.
And it's actually really nice how they do that because it enables a lot more freedom to roam around outside of the map.
Yeah, and exploring in this game is actually just fun in general. If you just play around to explore, you can use the razor claws to go pretty much anywhere you would like.
So he used the gadget there, the Morpher, what was it?
Transmorphers.
Transmorpher. he just turned them into penguins there, so he can one-hit them with his wrench and stuff.
Also, in my hand, I actually have like a little mini orb. It allows enemies to dance and whatnot, so we're just gonna toss one.
Yeah, the Groovatron here. And while they're dancing, they obviously just decide not to attack you, so you can just get an easy kill.
All right, waiting for the stalactite to fall, and then we'll kill ourselves, so that we can go back to, what is that, 3 or is that 4?
That's 3. Oh, that's the 3rd death, yeah. So he killed him. He died there at a very specific time just to get the checkpoint there, and then he died to walk back to the start.
All right. You know what? I think we should count this one too. Just round it up.
Just to get it to 100.
Yeah, I figure that works out then. Because what's going to be happening here is Killa's going to be going for a state called God Racked, where with the Visicopter, how it normally works is when you fire it out, enemies try to shoot at the Visicopter instead of you. And voiding out here pretty much means that it kind of resets the state of the level, but it doesn't actually like say like, hey, the Visicopter is no longer active. So the enemies think that there's a Visicopter about now, and as a result, the game thinking that as well means that Ratchet can't take any damage now.
And he can't be detected by the enemies.
So you're gonna see here when he spawns these enemies in here, they're just like they don't even see them.
They're just chilling.
Yep.
Then we're gonna turn them into penguins.
They're vibing.
And smack them. No penguins when they're harmed in the making of this run, by the way.
I just noticed one of those penguins had a cute little top hat.
Yeah.
Just because it's faster.
Clank, send a transmission to Cronk.
I guess when we said no animal abuse, we forgot about the penguins.
So we're coming up on the last level of the game, and another missile skip that he actually really needs to pay attention to.
Yeah,
So we're gonna give him some quiet time here.
I gotta listen in real quick. All right, sounds like we got it. What kind of angle did we get? Ooh, that's workable.
That's workable. So what he did during that one is there's a swing shot that you can like swing from just in front of the spawn. So what he did was he did a very specific set of inputs in order to reach it and then swing on it. And how you're angled on it, like while you're swinging, determines your angle here. So sometimes you'll just be looking straight down and it's useless.
All right, I figured we should salute once before the end of the run.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so here we got probably the hardest boss. Not really.
Yep.
Yeah, we're invincible. He can't damage us. He can't even see us.
Yeah, he's just shooting these guys out as part of a script, but like he can't even tell where Ratchet is right now.
So
Yeah, he's just practicing for whenever Ratchet actually shows
Yeah.
up. I mean, what's this little snowman doing here?
But yeah, since we have V5 Pyro and God Ratchet enabled, like it's game over for Tachyon.
This was GG. Like,
so time is when the black screen hits, but we need to get a little stagger first before then. All right, there we go. And just for shit and giggles, we're gonna stand in front of this laser that he's gonna fire, and just camp here. And any moment now.
this is a bad pyro.
All right, and time. All right. Yeah, it's a shame that there's a snowman at the end of the run. I don't know where he came from. But yeah, that was Ratchet and Clank to Destruction. And enjoy the rest of the marathon, guys.
Shout out to the Ratchet and Clank speedrun community. I hope they're all watching on Discord and they.
Yeah, they're probably in a
Hi,
voice
viewer
call
call.
right now. I see you. I see you right now.
It's broken. Looks like something snapped off the primary reflux coil. I believe it.
All right. All right, thank you so much, KillaLombax, for that awesome run. Well done. Up next, we're going to have Star Wars Escape from Yavin 4, The Lost Maps. And that's being run by Covert Muffin. And while we all get sorted, I'm just going to read a couple of donations here. We have $25 from Lemieux, who says, "Let's go." All right, we're just going to have a quick little break here. All right, welcome back. I'm going to read a few donations here while we get set up. We have $322 from OD Pixel, who says, "I love this stream." Thank you so much for the generous donation. We've got $10 from Snugglebus, who says, "First of multiple $10 donations in honor of the 10-year anniversary. Shout out to the two kittens on my couch, Arthur and Lucas." Hello, Arthur and Lucas. Meow. All right, and we're just going to run a quick ad from one of our sponsors. message from our sponsor here, Tokyo Attack, America's largest provider of Japanese arcade games for events. Over 36 events annually, community run and driven. And if you want to find out more information, visit tokyoattack.net. All right, while we get sorted, we'll read a couple of more donations and then we have an interview just before the run. We have $5 from Snoot, who says, if everyone donated $5 right now, I can't do math, but that would be a lot of money. You are absolutely right, and neither can I. All right, I'm going to switch you over to the interview with Blechy and StoneAgeMarcus.
Hey everybody, that was an awesome Ratchet and Clank run. I am Blechy. I am here with StoneAgeMarcus, who in a little bit is going to be running Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus for you. Now I'm really excited for this because it's been a long time since we saw a Binding of Isaac run. I mean, I think we had the original Wrath of the Lamb in AGDQ, 2013? And then AGDQ 2015 and SGDQ 2015, we had Rebirth. But now we have Afterbirth. It's been, almost 5 years. We're going to be playing the new one. So tell us a little bit about kind of what's new in Afterbirth of the game as a whole.
The difference between Rebirth and Afterbirth is you've got brand new items, and the key for the game, what really hooked me, was synergies. Items work together well. Used to be if you got Brim and Knife, one overrode the other. Now they work together.
Oh, okay.
Lots of stuff works together, and that's really what hooked me with Afterbirth. Rebirth, I liked. Afterbirth sold me on it. Afterbirth Plus added more. Just the synergies really takes the game to another level, I think.
Cool. And beyond that, I mean, you guys, so this community, this Isaac community, has kind of been really, really developing recently. And it sounds like, I mean, you guys have actually been building kind of this additional kind of mod to the game. And that comes across in the category R+7S6. Can you tell us a little bit about what that means?
Yeah, so R+ is the mod. We use a mod called Racing Plus. It changes a lot about the game, keeps a lot of it the same. Keys being a lot of unintentional damage is gone. Unnecessary animations, cutscenes, gone. Really streamlines it. And then, especially with the speed runs, instead of having to menuing, changes you from one character to the next, one character to the next. And with the seasons, this one I'm particularly running is Season 6. It's perfect for marathons. I'm not going to be doing lots of resetting. I'm not going to have to worry about dying as much. We're still not going to die, but we don't got to worry about it. And then every about 6 months, I would say, we come up with a brand new season. Keeps the game fresh, new goals, new enemies we face, different way of playing the game almost.
Gotcha. And it's really cool because, so I love roguelikes as a whole. Like I've played just one after the other. And Isaac is a favorite, but it's really cool the kinds of tweaks this makes to Isaac. So for example, like one common fear you might have in these roguelikes is that, like if you die, everything's over. But I think this kind of modifies that a little bit. So if you die in this one, what exactly does that mean for the run?
This specific season uses something that got developed in Seeded, which is the way we race the game, where you're on the exact same seed, you see the exact same items, and it used to be if you died on that and you lost, it was over. You died, you got the same seed, you're never going to be able to catch up. It utilizes something we call the seeded death mechanic, which gives you a 45-second penalty. You sit there as a ghost with no items. You can't move, you can't do anything, but you're not quite out of it. Helps make this more marathon safe.
Got it.
We're not going to die anyway, but it's there just in case we need it.
Cool, I love it. Yeah, I mean, another really cool thing about roguelikes is just that every run is different. So are you going to know going into this kind of like what route to take to get to the end of a level?
Not even at all.
Okay, cool.
I will have the compass for each run, which will tell me where the boss is, but I won't know the exact map, and obviously each run, it's always going to be different. I'm never going to see the same seed twice, no matter how long I play this game.
And that's the allure of roguelikes. You never know what you're going to get into until you're actually in the middle of the run. So as a run gets started, what are the kinds of things that you're like hoping to see and not hoping to see as you're going through the run?
Well, key especially for this season, we're going to be getting instant start items, so I'm not going to have to re-roll at the start of every run for an item. So it's going to be that very first Devil Deal. Devil Deals were pretty powerful. That's where some of the best items are. So there's going to be times where if I get a really bad B2 Devil Deal, I might reset real quick, play those first 2 floors of that character again, try and find something a little bit better.
Gotcha. If you don't see that then, if you continued, that would just make the run way too slow and is faster in the long run to just try again.
It's
Got
faster,
it.
yeah, if you can get something a little more powerful.
Cool.
Depending on the starting item and depending on the character. Some of our characters a little bit stronger, some are a little bit weaker. Depends on the combination.
Got it. Is there anything, you kind of referred to this, but is there anything that you're really hoping not to see? Like maybe a certain boss takes longer than others or any kind of room types or anything like that?
No specific bosses that bother me or worry me. Our last character is Azazel. I don't want to see Polly on Azazel. Makes his charge time crazy slow. The first character, the Forgotten, he's a really unique character, so there's some items that definitely work really well with him and some that don't work much at all. So getting a good first item on the first character is probably the most important character for item-wise.
Gotcha. And it's interesting you say that. So I think the 7 and R+7 means you're playing the game through 7 different characters,
Yep,
right?
7 different characters, 7 times through.
Gotcha. So what exactly, and actually, so there's an estimate of 120 for this game. That's like 10 minutes a character, which is ridiculous to begin with. Is that right? Like you expect to complete each run in like around 10 minutes?
That's worst case scenario, is 120.
So, I mean, like that's how long it would take me just for one character. So how exactly are you able to speed it up to that degree? Like, what does it take to get it to that level?
Practice.
Yeah.
Hours and hours of practice.
Like, do you take a lot of just risks, or do you feel like you still play pretty safe?
There's a general amount of, like, you're a speedrunner. You can only dial it back so much, even if it's a marathon. We're still going to be going hard. But I would say, you know, play it a little bit safer in a couple spots. But for the most part, you're pushing pretty hard.
Gotcha. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, what exactly is it that you really like about this game so much that has committed you to playing it to the extent you do?
It's hard to pinpoint. I don't know. The community. I like the guys that I play this game with. We have got lots of tournaments, lots of racing, lots of speedrunning, and especially with the mod, we've got a very committed group of people working on the game constantly. The guy that made the mod, Samuel, he's going to be on my couch tonight. He's got, I don't even want to know how many hours. Like, most of us have played, you know, you think about a game you've played, if you do like got the 500-600 hours in, you're like, man, I played this game well. He's got that many hours in the game. He's got thousands of hours in the game playing it and working on it and making it better for everyone else. So how can you not get excited about a game like that?
Right, for sure. So tell me a little bit more about the racing mod that you guys are using, Racing Plus. So, because you mentioned that it tweaks, like, depending on the season. I guess it tweaks certain things, makes it a bit, well, depending on the season, I guess. Are all, do most seasons strive to make it more kind of race-friendly, I guess?
No, not at all. Some are a lot more random. Some, you're getting random items. If you've ever played co-op Isaac before, you know there's these little babies you get. And they're random looking, they're all different. We've got a season where every baby has a random different ability, a different power.
Oh, okay.
500 some babies in the game. Kind of pointless in co-op. They didn't really do much. Now we've got a whole season based around them. There's some wild stuff in there with that. And with Racing Plus in general, it also makes it easier to get into. It's got its own custom client that helps you set up races, find people to race with. We've got different kinds of races depending on how much fun you have or how serious you want to take it. We've got diversity, seeded and unseeded.
Gotcha.
They all offer a different level of fun and seriousness.
Very cool. And I'm sure you're going to be mentioning this when the run comes on as well, but I mean, if people are already intrigued and just want to kind of find more about the mod before even the run begins, where can they check that out?
You just go to isaacricing.net and it's right on there. You end up downloading one of the Steam Workshop things for the game, and that came in with Afterbirth Plus. We've got Lua commands, lots of different moddings going on. It's really super simple. It downloads itself, it updates itself. It's so user-friendly, which makes it a lot of fun for newer people, too.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, it's been great talking to you. I mean, like, we're going to be having that run up. So shortly, immediately coming up is Star Wars Escape from Yavin 4, The Lost Maps by Covert Muffin. Right after that is Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, played by StoneAgeMarcus. It's going to be great. Stay tuned for this stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing how you can possibly beat this game so quickly, 7 times in a row. It's absolutely nuts.
We'll find a way.
Thanks so much, guys. Keep on watching.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to read a couple of donations here while we get started.